Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be making some resin pendants with this new mold that I bought, and funnily enough, I've never really made resin pendants like these before. This mold also comes with bezels to glue the pendants onto, and at least for me, this is going to be interesting because I usually avoid making anything with bezels, especially open bezels. I just find working with bezels a bit too finicky for my taste, but I was inspired to make something, so here we are. Now, according to this image, it seems the bezels are meant for only a few of the shapes on the mold, so we're going to be working with those. But I think I'm still going to make at least one or two of the biggest pieces so we have a better look at the effect I'm going after. I already have my epoxy ready, and I'm using the Bond Crafter epoxy again since I really liked its viscosity. And the first thing I'm going to do is fill the cavities of the mold that I'm going to use. I'm not filling them all the way because I need space for the UV resin and more epoxy I'll be adding tomorrow, but I'd say leave about a millimeter or so of space if you were to try doing this. And now I'm going to let this cure up. Okay, this resin is cured, so it's time for the next step, which involves UV resin. I'm going to use Let's Resin's UV resin, and I'll be using my needle tip bottle since these pendants are pretty small. Now, do you guys remember the raindrop effect? If so, that's what I'm pretty much doing. I'm just putting small drops of UV resin on the clear cured epoxy, which then I will cure with my UV lamp. I won't be shaping the drops to look like raindrops this time. I want to keep the drops as circular as possible. I've actually been seeing this trend pop up in my feeds again, and what inspired me to make these pendants was a frog. I think it was Pouring Your Heart Out who made the frog, and it was made very similar to how I'm making these pendants, where you have a thick layer of clear resin first, then you put the UV resin droplets on it so that once everything is all cured, that thick layer of resin will magnify the effect. I hope that makes sense, but if you keep on watching, you will see what I'm meaning. Let me know in the comments what resin trend has been your favorite. Before I forget, I just want to say that the first layer of resin I've done, it can be done with UV resin as well. You don't need to use epoxy like I have, but when it comes to the resin droplets, in this instance, because these resin pieces are small, I think it's better to use UV resin since it cures fast. If you are making a bigger piece like a coaster, you can use epoxy for the droplets. I actually have, and it worked really well. Okay, so the droplets are fully cured. I did have a couple of the droplets joined together, but it is what it is. But now it's time to dust on the micas. I'm going to be using Let's Resin's chameleon powders to get the color shift effect in here as well, but you can use any micas you have for this part. Metallic powders would probably look really pretty as well. So I'm just going to dust these on and try to get a good even coverage. These powders stick really well to silicone molds and tacky resin just before it's fully set, but when the resin is fully set, I find that you need to work these and dust these on a bit more because there's nothing to hold the powders in place. Mind you, it's not these powders specifically, it's anything really. Once resin is fully set, it's hard to stick anything to it without more resin or some type of adhesive. Let me know in the comments if you've tried these chameleon powders, and also if you've tried this water droplet effect with resin yet. In my opinion, it's one of the easier resin trends. Alright, so these pieces are dusted now, and I did also do the oval piece. I realized that I didn't record myself doing that one, but it's here and it's done. And now all that's left is putting the final layer of resin on. I've added some black resin pigment to the resin because having the black resin on the back of these pieces is really going to make the chameleon powder stand out. You can use white pigment or another color, but I find that for these powders, they really look the best on a black background. One thing I do have to remember is to try and not fill these too much where the resin creates a little dome, because if I do glue these to the metal bezels, I want to make sure that they can sit flush with the bezel. Now I'm going to let this cure up and I'll be back to demold these. Okay, it's the next day now and these pieces are cured, but I'm actually recording my voice after the fact I've demolded these. I think I ended up jinxing myself when I said if I do glue these to the metal bezels, because I don't really want to. I'm sitting here and trying to decide if I like these or not, if I'm being honest with you. I do really like the blue heart and the teardrop piece, which you'll see in just a bit, but as for the other three, I'm really just not feeling them. One thing I'm realizing is the three I don't like are the ones that I used the intense chameleon powders on. So maybe that's it, but yeah, these didn't turn out how I envisioned. Maybe these pendants are just too small for the effect I was hoping to get. But anyways, I still hope you enjoyed this video and that you've learned something. I have to learn that not every project is going to work out the way I want it to. Here's a quick shot of how the pieces look like in the bezels, but I decided not to glue them in. If you'd like to see other resin videos I've done, then be sure to check out one of the ones popping on screen now. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!